Welcome back to Stay Tuned with D.Rey. We're here with the second half of Allure Sleep, Garrett Williamson. What's going on with you, Garrett?
Hey, man. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, man. Thank you for making that second take sound as authentic as the first.
Hey, man. Thanks for having me.
Nah, man. Thank you for being on. Thank you for being on. So we spoke about Allure Sleep. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Adriana.
Yeah.
Where you at?
I'll be there in 15.
At 15?
Yeah.
Perfect. What'd you say?
In 15.
You know, I know. You know where we're at though, right?
Communications place, right?
Yeah, Gary Hall, right across from law school. All right, bet that. Thank you.
What are you doing right now?
About to do an interview. You actually just interrupted it. So, Garrett, you know, I talked to your brother about Lower Merion and got his feelings on it. How did you feel about attending that school? Because y'all won a state championship. I'm like, I got to be honest. Like, when I got there, y'all guys on the wall. Y'all won the state championship. Y'all up in the Kobe Bryant Gymnasium. Like, what are your feelings of the legacy that you left on Lower Merion?
Yeah, I mean, it's a special place, man. Growing up, it was like Kobe set that standard. So, like, we were always chasing, like, you know, if Kobe was in the gym 6 hours, we were in the gym 6 hours. If Kobe was not drinking and partying, we weren't drinking and partying. You know, so we really tried to hone in on that. And, you know, Downer was, you know, he was honest, didn't really let us relax. But the biggest thing was, you know, we knew that basketball could take us to that next level. We had an opportunity to do something special, and ultimately we did. And I've been chasing the championship for years, you know, and I didn't win one until a couple years ago. And it's, you know, you can't really mimic that.
So you're still playing. We're going to get to that. But just real quick, what did you take from Lower Merion that you carried like every day with you?
I think it's the work ethic. I think it's like the standard of excellence you kind of conduct yourself with off the court as well as on the court. I say to this day I've never ran more sprints than with Greg down at Lower Merion. But you know, they don't let you relax. Even when you're winning, even when you're breaking records, doing everything crazy, he always set a standard for you that almost seemed impossible to reach. But if you're constantly chasing that, you can accomplish some great things. So.
All right. So, you know, after Lower Merion, you go right down the street to St.Joes. What was that like playing in the Big Five at St.Joes at the time?
Yeah, I mean, I grew up on Big Five basketball. I was at Phil Martelli's basketball camps as a kid. I had, you know, St.Joes players living with me at the house. So, like, it was a dream come true to play at St.Joes, you know, and it was exciting. You know, my family was 5 minutes down the road. They could come watch me play, playing against Nova, Temple, playing at the Palestra. You know, there's not much like Philly basketball, Big Five basketball. Yeah, it was a lot of fun, man.
Okay. So I gotta give you a little slack. You was on the other half of that holy war. So for us leading up to that game, it was, listen, man, we gotta play the Hawks. This is gonna be, you know, it's gonna be a wild one. You gotta be ready for anybody to say whatever. And I'm not gonna say Villanova fans were saying whatever. Y'all was saying whatever. When y'all was getting ready to say whatever for those games, like what was the preparation for? All right, we about to play Villanova. How we approaching?
We talking like 10 years ago now. But I think the biggest thing was, you know, that the bragging rights, what comes with playing in the city and what comes with winning here. Like I grew up back then, it was like Reggie Redden. You know, at Temple was Brooks. And I knew anytime I laced up against those guys, if I didn't bring it, you know, they're gonna get the upper hand. And I was gonna have to hear that all summer. I was gonna have, because I trained with them, you know, every day in the off season. So. That was kind of the biggest thing coming to those games, knowing everybody's watching, knowing the lights are on. And, you know, you got to show out. It wasn't like we were going out to, you know, St. Bonaventure. It was, you know, it's in the city. You know, there's a reputation you got to hold up to.
Okay, all right. So you're still playing now, and you said that you've been chasing the championship for a while now. You finally got one a couple years back, but like, what has your professional career been like as far as differences between Lower Merion High School basketball, you know, St.Joes basketball in college, and now being a pro?
I think the biggest thing is once you hit that pro level, you realize it's not a game anymore. It's your job. This is how you provide for yourself. You know, and it's cutthroat. Like if they like somebody over you, you know, they can be your best friend one day, next day they're gonna fire you. And then you're sitting at home like, what am I gonna do? So I think the biggest thing is the level of professionalism. You got to bring it every night. You know, they always said when we were kids, it was like down to say, don't let the game use you, use the game to your advantage. So like as a kid, it was like, let's get a free education. Then you get to college, it's like, all right, let's get on and get a paycheck from this. And now you're getting a paycheck, it's like, you know, I was chasing championships, and you know, there's nothing more special than winning a championship. So I got a couple of those, and after that, I was like, I walk in the room, everybody shaking my hand, they want to meet me. I was like, I need more to offer than basketball. And that's kind of why I got into Allure Sleep and want to, you know, have something to bring to the table when I was meeting people and out there on this platform.
And how did that come about? Like, you know, I know your brother was in the mattress business, so y'all obviously talked about that. But like, how did you like? All right, I want to get involved with this, and I want to help push this.
Right. So I always knew I had access to mattresses. I was in that, my family manufactured, and I was playing. I'd practice for 2 hours a day, and I had a lot of downtime. I think I was over in Greece at the time, and I'm like, man, I got to find more ways to make money. You know, I just always kind of thought like that. And I saw a company called Casper launch, and they, you know, did like $1 million in the first month. Reached out, my family said, hey, we know the lane's shifting, you know, more people are buying things online, you know, and if we could find a way to meet that need of just being convenient, being affordable, we might have something. And it took a while. It took probably 3 years of me and Harley sitting there with whiteboards, you know, me going out there to Calgary, and I didn't know much about mattresses, following him around for a month, you know, just kind of really trying to indulge myself fully in this industry, and just, you know, building a brand that we knew people would trust, because if they're coming online and they're spending their money, it couldn't be something that looked like I put together on my own, that, you know, just whipped it together. So we really took our time to hone in on building the brand, building something strong there, because we knew we had a foundation and we could build off of that. So.
Okay, all right. So last question. You know, we know what you remembered as Lower Merion. You're a legend. You're up on the wall, like I said, in Kobe Bryant Gymnasium, St.Joes, highly respected guy. You know, your mark there is definitely felt. What do you want your legacy to be as an entrepreneur?
I feel like that game never ends. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like basketball's, you know, I got a shelf life. My legs go out, my knees go, something, it's done. But with this, it's, you know, I could do this the rest of my life. You know, and ultimately, I'd like to leave something for my family, for generations. Like, we lost our father a long time, like when I was 24 years old, and that was eye-opening for me. That was kind of like, whoa, you know, if anybody needs something, they got to call me. So now it's like, all right, what am I going to leave behind? You know, like, what's my legacy going to be? And, you know, the sky's the limit in my opinion, you know. So I'm hoping this can take off, you know. It's, you know, just hustling, man. That's all it really is.
My man. Thank you for being on the show,
Appreciate
man.
it.
Thank you for that knowledge too. I'm definitely gonna take that as what I'm doing. And this has been Garrett Williamson. Like I said, the second half of Allure Sleep. I want to stay tuned with D.Rey. Stay tuned with him and stay tuned with Allure Sleep, man.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
That was good. Oh yeah.
Yeah. You talked to Yo-Yo recently? What's Yo-Yo?
I have. We went up there. We went up there to Niagara Falls. This is actually a genuine conversation. Holy shit. We went up there to Niagara Falls. That was my first time being in Canada. He's doing good.
Yeah.
He's doing good.
I talk to him every once in a while, man.